How is it going, guys and girls? My name's Camel and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online. In this video I'm going to show you how to get hide scraps. Now you turn hide scraps into corresponding hides, so if you get raw hide scraps you'll turn those into raw hide and then you can use that in the clothing profession to make medium armor. Now you're going to see a couple of different hide scrap examples in this video just because I'm killing different level creatures and I'm getting those different tiered hide scraps to turn into those different tiered hides that I'll use in the clothing profession. Now before we start this insane fiasco, I'm just going to explain that there is an item in the Elder Scrolls Online called Hide. Kill an enemy, it'll drop some raw hide scraps, and it will drop something called Hide. Now, Hide, literally just H-I-D-E, is a completely useless item. There are very few items in the Elder Scrolls Online that do nothing, but if they do, it tells you, it'll just say in the description of the item, you sell this item to vendors for gold. And it's not much gold, and it is annoying because it shares almost the same name with the ever vital hide scraps. So hide scraps and hide that drop off mobs are completely different things. You want the hide scraps because you turn the hide scraps into usable find materials for the clothing profession. The hides do nothing, they literally have no purpose in the game. So I just want to try and clear that up. Don't get those two mixed up. Always get the hide scraps, and take the hide as well, but all you're going to do with that hide is sell it to a vendor. And if you're a bit confused, you can check in the item description. Hide scraps will say you refine this into a material to use for the clothing profession, and hide will just say you sell this to a vendor for gold. So if you get confused, that is one way to differentiate the two. One being the most important and the other being the most useless. Okay, so you want to get some hide scraps. Now, hide scraps will pretty much drop off every single beast in the game. So if you want hide scraps, you're not going to kill a humanoid because they won't drop the hide scraps. You want to go and kill some beasts. Now, probably like 70% of the beasts in-game will drop them. It's a little bit random, like mud crabs drop hide scraps. Yet there's certain animals that don't drop hide scraps, so I don't really know the correspondence there, but I'm not going to give you a list because there's hundreds of creatures in game. I think some of them are area specific, so if you're not in that area they won't really apply to you, but I mean, pretty sure mud crabs are everywhere. Kill mud crabs, they drop loot, and you got drays. But as you play and kill different animals, you will learn which drops the scraps. And if you watch what I'm killing in this video to get the hide scraps, you'll also learn via that. Okay, so you want some hide scraps, what we have to do, go out into the wilderness and find some beasts and kill them. And hopefully they'll drop the hide scraps. Now, I think that this is probably the hardest material to find. Or not find, it's unique in the sense that you have to kill enemies to get the material to use in the profession. Whereas all of the others, you can find the materials like on the ground. You know, you can mine iron, you can chop some wood, you can gather alchemy ingredients, you can find runes on the ground, you can find cooking ingredients. You have to actually kill mobs to get these hide scraps to drop. So in that sense it's unique, and in that sense it feels harder just because it's different. But I mean, really, it's not harder. It's just a little less tranquil. You know what I mean? Like with alchemy, you're like, oh, I'm gonna walk through the forests and the streams and gather ingredients. And to get hide, you're like, yeah, I have to go slaughter a whole herd of animals. Sweet. So yeah, that's really like the only tip to give you, is to go out and find groups of animals. You'd probably be better off finding animals that knock around in groups. Like I said, like instead of just having to single target, you can, you know, pull a couple and AoE them down. That's probably the best way to do it. My favorite way to do it is to go into a dungeon. In certain dungeons, there are huge groups of mobs that drop hide scraps. Probably the first one you'll come across is Fungal Grotto. In there, the drays and the mud crabs drop raw hide scraps, right? So, I mean, there is a fair few drays, and the mud crabs come in these massive packs, like 10 to 15. And they're pretty easy to kill, so you AoE them down. I mean, you're going to get a fair few hide scraps. It's just a faster way of farming. Of course, you can get hides back from deconstructing medium armors. I'll show you that in the medium armor creation video, which will be after this one, so make sure to check that out, because I assume you want to use these hide scraps to make some medium armor with the clothing profession. And just like every other material, as you level up, as you kill higher and higher level animals, they will drop higher and higher level tiered hide scraps, so you can create those higher level and more powerful items. So yeah, the really only advice I can give you on getting more hide scraps is to just go out, find groups of animals and beasts, farm them down with AoE, AoE being area of effect, so instead of attacking one guy, use those attacks that do damage to an area. Just mow them down. If after about 10 kills you don't get any hide scraps, that beast probably doesn't drop hide scraps. So go and find a different type of beast and do the same thing until you find some where you know you can get hide scraps from them. Or like I said, get a group, go into a dungeon, and I mean, farming these raw hides in a dungeon is just one of the many perks that comes with dungeons. So try a couple out, find the one that you think has the most beasts or drops the most hide scraps, and yeah, go and farm that constantly. You will be for the better. And like I said, there is another way, the deconstruction process, and I'll show you that in the next video for the medium armor creation video in the clothing profession. So yeah, make sure to check that out. And that's it for the hide scrap farming video. I hope it's helped you out. If it has, please leave a like. If you have any questions, if you have any information to add, or if you have any video requests, please leave a comment. Share this video amongst your guildmates and friends. And as always, if you did like this video and you would like more videos like this one, please subscribe. I will see you very soon in the next video. See ya.